All right, number 14, we're going to let f of x equal 2x to the third minus 3x squared minus 36x plus 7. And we have two parts. We want to find all points on the graph of f of x at which the tangent line has a horizontal, with the tangent line is horizontal. And then part B, we're going to find all points on the graph of f of x at which the tangent line has a slope of 36. Okay, so what we want to do first is find the derivative. Once we find the derivative, we will set the derivative equal to 0, and then that will allow us to find all the points on the original graph that have a horizontal tangent line, which is also to say has a slope of 0. And then we'll use that same derivative and set it equal to 36 and find out when the slope is equal to 36. So we're going to use the power rule when we find the derivative, do each of them one at a time. So 3 times 2 will give us 6, and then you subtract 1, that will leave us with the 2. 2 times 3 will give us 6, subtract 1, and this will be x to the first. And then this is understood to be a 1. 1 times 3, 3. And that should be a 36. Wrote that down wrong. So 36x. And then the derivative, this is understood like x to the 0. 0 times 7 is 0. So a constant just zeroes out. So here's our derivative. Alright, so now that we have our derivative, we're going to set this equal to 0. And this just ends up, we'll try to factor this quadratic. All of these are divisible by 6, so I'm going to factor out a 6 to make this a little bit easier to work with. And the factors of 6 that when subtracted give us 1 will be 2 and 3. So this should be a 0. I don't know why I put x. So we have x, and then 2 and 3. So we'll need the 3 to be negative and the 2 to be positive to get a negative 1. And then again we'll divide by 6. So set each of these factors equal to 0. And that will give us x equals negative 2. So that's one point where we'll have a slope of 0 or horizontal tangent line. And at x equals 3. So it says type an ordered pair. So we're going to take these points, plug them into our original graph to get an ordered pair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use synthetic division, and I'll do negative 2, and I'll plug these in or get the value by doing synthetic division. So I bring the 2 straight down. Negative 2 times 2 gives us a negative 4. Combine give us a negative 7. Negative 2 and negative 7 times negative 7 give us a positive 14. Subtract these and that will give us a negative 22. And then negative 2 times negative 22 is a positive 44. And add, and that will give us 51. So the ordered pair, negative 2 and 51 would be at one point. And then if we do the same thing with 3, bring down the 2, 3 times 2 is 6, subtract, we get 3, 3 times 3 is 9, subtract negative 27, 3 times a negative 27 will give us 60, 81, negative 81. and then subtract, and that will give us 74 negative. Okay, so we get the ordered pair 3, negative 74. And then slope of the tangent line is 36, and we're going to find all those points. So we've already found the derivative. We're going to just set it equal to 36. If we subtract 36 and move it over, this will give us 0 equals 6x squared minus 6x, and be minus 72. Again, I will factor out a 6 because all of these are divisible by 6 to give us a smaller factoring problem. Divide by 6, that will give us 12. And then factoring, we'll get 3 and 4 that will multiply to give us 12, and we can subtract and get 1. Again, it's negative, so we need the 4 to be negative, 3 to be positive. And again, if we set these equal to 0, these will give us x equals negative 3 and x equals positive 4. And then once again, we want ordered pairs, so we'll do synthetic division, or I'll just plug these in this time. So let me pull up our calculator. Alright, so you can do it by hand with synthetic. You can also plug it in. So if I go to y equal, I'm going to clear out what we had previously. We're going to type in the original function, which will be 2x to the third minus 3x squared, and then minus 36x, and then plus 7. Alright, so we'll let that graph. And I don't see the whole graph, it doesn't matter. Mainly, I just need to be able to get the y value for these 2 points. So if we hit trace, and then I type in -3, it'll give me the y value of 34. So we have the ordered pair -3 and 34. And then all I got to do is type in the 4 now, and then hit enter. And that gives us a -57. So 4 and -57. So we get our 2 ordered pairs. So you got 2 methods. You can use a calculator. You can use synthetic division or just plug it in. Either way, you should be able to come up with those ordered pairs. Make sure you separate them with a comma.